Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Coach Ahmed with Streams Academy, and today we're going to talk about crisscross. If you're new to jump rope, I'm sure you have had a hard time learning to crisscross, but today we're going to break it down and shoot some slow-mos for you to make it as easy as possible. Okay, moving on, without further ado, the crisscross, I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to have a slow-mo going, and then we're going to break it down. So the idea behind the crisscross really is to flip the rope around as you're jumping. Jump through it. You notice my arms are crossing. Let the rope go over your head, and when it comes back around, open it again, right? Before we add the jump, we're going to take it a step back, and we're going to discuss the form of the hands, right? I don't want you to jump. I want you to just swing the rope over your head, bring it in front of you. Don't start crossing your arms until the rope goes over your head and is in front of you. And then I want you to flip your hands down and around. If you're a righty, keep this in mind, I want you to flip your left hand on top of your right hand, right? Left on top of the right. If you're a lefty, it's the opposite. The right hand is going to go on top of the left. And what I want you to do, I want you to hunch forward a little bit as you're crossing, right? Hunch forward. This way, you're giving your rope leeway to go in front of you. Remember, I said don't jump. Once the rope is in front of you, I want you to cross your arms and bring them around, like you're giving yourself a big hug. The hands must face downward, right? Again, your hands have to flip and face downward. And now the rope, as you can see, cleared your body and you can jump through it. So I want you to do that 3-4 times before any jumps, right? Here's the move again. Watch how it opens up. It crosses and opens up. And see how far my arms, and they are close to my body. Another common mistake people do when they learn that is they keep their hands out. The most common mistakes I see is keeping the hands inside the body like that. They don't hug themselves. They don't cross their arms deep enough, right? So one last time. In here. Bring it around. Some people have a hard time flipping the hand over. So when they cross the rope, they go like this. A very common mistake. So without jumping, without putting yourself under pressure, if you just follow this drill, stand still, bring the rope over, cross your arms, don't worry about the rope, just practice your arms moving in this direction a few times. No jumping needed, right? Until you teach your arms to move correctly. Once you get the hang of this, you want to add a jump. Now we're not doing crisscross, we're doing just the first part. So I want to go through it now. I want to cross my arms, jump through the rope, and freeze. The rope passes over my head, but I don't care about that right now. I do it again. One more time for the slow-mo. And I stay in this position. This is the next level up, right? So we practice without the jump, just teaching our arms to cross. This one with the jump. And now we're going to add the second jump, which is really easy. Once you get the hang of the first part and you can actually cross your arms, the second jump becomes so easy so long you hold on to this a little bit, right? So hold on until the rope goes over your head before you open up. Right, it's a little sloppy, but I'm trying to be very slow. Again, you notice I waited until the rope passed over my head before I started opening my arms. Let's do it again. There we go. That's a good one for you. All right. The other common mistake that I see people do, once they achieve the first part, they're opening their arms too soon. They rush into opening their arms. As soon as they cross their arms, they open. As soon as they do the first jump, they open their arms. See if I can actually illustrate that. And they go like that. The rope isn't clearing your body. You're not going to be able to get a good, decent jump in it. So slow yourself down before you go fast. Cool beans. One last thing. Yep. Another problem I see a lot of beginners deal with when they do the crisscross is they lack any flexibility in their knees. They're always jumping in like that, right? From the side, looks like this. You want to add that little squat in your knees, right? You don't want to be in this position because, one, you can't create a lot of lift under your feet, so there isn't enough room for the rope to pass under your feet. And two, you're going to be stiff here as well. And you're going to end up in this position, right? We want to be in this position. Like, imagine yourself diving into a pool. So from the side, let me do it from the side so you see how my posture is. Notice I bring my knees up with the jump and I hunch forward. I'm kind of creating a ball and trying to go through a hoop. If you can imagine that, that'll be probably the clearest example I can give you, right? So from the side again, one more time. And finally, the location of your hands. The most common I see beginners do, common mistake I see beginners do, is they keep their hands, when they cross their arms, they cross it from here around straight. They're too high up, right? Or too stiff here. You want to be by your hips, and when you cross your arms, you want to be by your hips still. You don't want your arms up. The reason for that, as you can see here, you see that? The rope gets too short. The rope isn't long enough to pass under your feet. You want to be in this position in order for the rope to clear your feet. So one last time, and then I'll leave you guys to practice. And that's the beginner's crisscross lesson. Thank you for watching, and see you in the future.